Hi, my name's Tom Jensen. Welcome to Tom's Guide to a Marathon. Today's episode's called Race Day. I woke up excited. I had a banana for breakfast, took off to the race course, ended up there about 45 minutes early, took a couple of warm-up laps. I was feeling really good and ready. So we all pile up at the starting line and take off. And early on in the race, I discovered something. There's so many people there, and they didn't train as fast as you did. I trained around 9-minute miles, and they trained at 10 and 11-minute miles. But with the crowd all going at the same speed, you think you're doing pretty good, and you're not. And it's just kind of a strange thing that you get sucked into. But it happens, and you move on. Now, one thing that happened was I did pretty good. I was in shape. I was running clean, good, all the way up to 15 miles. At 15 miles, things started to change. I don't know the word for it, but it's there somewhere, and it doesn't matter because it's kind of a half word anyway. But I did. So at 17 miles, I had to stop and tie my shoe. Simple task. But when I got up from tying my shoe, I was just a little too wobbly for comfort, and some lady pulls a U-turn on the road and asks me if I'm okay. I say, well, yeah, but I think I'll walk for a little bit. That would be a smart move, and I did. Then I started running again, and I ran, and I got to near the golf course. The rain had stopped, so I took off my poncho. That simple act made me feel like my blood started going backwards, and my body was sideways, and my head was upside down. It wasn't good. So I held on to the sign and rested for a little bit. When I was ready, I took off again. This time, I got to the 20-mile aid station. I was planning on quitting. It was done for there. But no one was there. No juice, no water, no gels, just stuff folded up ready to be picked up. I was lucky I knew there was a drinking fountain about another mile down the road. So I found it, and I enjoyed it. And then I made my way down that green belt, slower and wearier every step of the way. Finally, I got to a place. There was a bridge that was a shortcut over to where the starting line started. And I said to myself, well, Tom, are you going to finish this race, or are you just going to call it a day? I decided to finish the race, and I made it about 10 more feet when I rested on a wooden pole on the side of the greenbelt. And me and Tom had a serious conversation on that thing. And I realized that it's okay. I'm calling it a day. I'm done. I'm not going to put myself up with 4 more miles of torture. I can't do it. I don't have it in me. So I turned around and walked across the bridge. I talked to a guy who happened to be a race official. He called for the golf cart. While I was waiting for it, I had a good cry because that's what happens at that many miles. And they took me back. They took me over to the ambulance, made sure I was fine. My heart was great. All that training, all that shape, I was doing good. I just crossed the line of what I couldn't do. Anne came and brought me a potato, which I devoured. She brought me 2 more potatoes, and I devoured them as well. I had entered the world of deep exhaustion. I'd given everything my body had, and I got in shape so that I could find out how to get rid of everything and just go, pow! You've done bigger than you've ever done. But you know what? The interesting thing about what I learned today was that everybody says, oh, don't quit, don't ever quit. No, you can't do it. It's okay. It's okay to quit. When I realized that I didn't have it in me, I felt so good by the opportunity to say, you know what? I can call it a day today, and I have the opportunity to do this thing on another day when I'm ready to do it. That universal law of being able to try again is one of the greatest laws on earth and in heaven, everywhere. Yeah, I failed. I went 21 and a half miles, and it was hard. It was exhausting, and it did me in. But you know what? I'm going to live and race it another day. We'll do this thing. Thanks for listening. I'm Tom Jensen. You have a great day.